Yippee!
There's a dragon in my wagon, and I don't mean to be bragging about the best tail wagging dragon in a wagon you could meet.
You know, chat, there's a few things I could be doing right now. Longest landing imminent. It was 10 minutes. It was. You shut up. It was 10 minutes. My fucking time streaming says 10 minutes 27 seconds. Do not give me that shit. It just felt long. Unironically, I was tempted to type out like, this is a really long 10 minutes today. I don't know why. I'm glad it wasn't just me. But hi everybody, there's many things I could be doing today. I could be stimming for the whole stream. I could be playing some Helldivers. I could be doing a lot of things right now. Instead, I'm going to be spending more time on one of the most agitating cases I've ever played in an Ace Attorney game. That's what I'm doing today. Christ almighty. I went into Ace Attorney Investigation 2 expecting like peak. And it's just like, it's been like, oh, first case, that was pretty good. I like where this is going. Oh, we're still following Bronco. He got murdered. Gee, I wonder what's up with that. Why is there 3 days? This one case is just the whole game. Unironically, I want to know exactly what percentage of the game this fucking case takes up. Because this is, Mia tits but big. They're already big. Mia's tits are already fucking huge, dude. Regardless, yeah. That's what we're getting into today. Honestly, it takes up less than you think. I just hope that for the next couple cases, there's better stakes, better pacing, and less bullshit just dragging out the case for no reason. Oh, what? I heard tits. They just like me, for real. Docs has my mentality. Tits, Docs, tits. Yes, tits, my favorite streaming asset. The all-time favorite streaming asset. Oh, Christ. I hope we beat this fucking case today, dude. I really fucking hope we beat this case today because I don't want to do another stream. I want to wrap this one up and then get to what is supposedly like good. Because this is just so fucking boring at this point. But I'm gonna try my best today, chat. I'm gonna try my best. I will do everything I can, and then immediately after the stream, I'm probably gonna go play Helldivers. Button, yes. This is the most entertaining thing I've got right now. It also allows me to stall. Chat. Like if y'all had a stream deck, you would understand just how satisfying these buttons are to push. You would understand. You would understand so well. They feel so nice to push. Just so good. Just so good. Okay, fine. Let me get in a few more just because I want to, and then I'll actually start the game. It's just so much fun, dude. I'm like locked in. It's just really nice to press. Also, actually, hold up. I'm noticing something with the stream deck. Apparently, when you hold down a button, it like lights up the buttons around it. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, wait, a few more. Just a few more. This is just the entire stream, just this. It's just so nice. It's so nice. It's like a drug, dude. It's like a drug. I'm trying to accelerate getting the rest of them out. There's a lot in here. There's a lot in the bank right now. Okay. Like 20 more, and then I'm good. 22, because it's iconic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I'm done. I'm not touching the button anymore. We're going over to the game. We're done touching the button. No more button. We're done with the button. We're going back to the yard. We're going back to the yard, chat. That didn't happen.
Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it.
Bro, even Edgeworth is fucking tired of this case.
Hopefully this is the last time we need to show up here.
The button is lonely, Raj. No, it's fine. It's fine. Even though it stares at me.
Although that might be easier said than done.
There's nothing left to investigate. You said it, Kay.
Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday.
There is another possibility, one you have seemed to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? I'm so used to talking to myself that I almost typed my name instead of yours. God, Docs, isn't Gavel so hot? God, Docs. Shouldn't we draw her kissing Geist? In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint?
No, not kissing. A knight's body really been thrown down the well? As that question will surely show us the way forward. But before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little.
Oh, thank God, we're getting rid of all the unnecessary evidence. What exactly did we get rid of? Alright, we're down to 3 pages. Bro, you know a case has gone on way too... You know a case has gone on just a little too long. When they have to do the removing unnecessary evidence. Because that's really bad. Autopsy. Just saw its bracelet. We haven't really used this rope for anything. Ah, there's a cover on it. I tried up well, slap bang in the middle of a prison. Figures it'd be locked. Well, luckily I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff?
Think not. We'll do this investigation by the book.
Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa!
What is it, Kay?
The lock's broken, and from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time.
That's the case. Anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. Judge Gavel's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. But then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well.
What are you thinking, Mauserino? Plausible? Or cranberries? Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us out again? He'll be able to tell us if Mr. Knight's body was here, and which way it went.
Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe.
Gazing into each other's eyes. I mean, Geist more so has optical receptors than anything. Gumshoe speaking.
Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you.
You bet, sir. Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh?
Fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses. Call the Berry Big Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here with you.
Yes, sir. I'll be there before you know it. Hi, Crones. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one. The Missile knows where it is because it knows where it isn't. How about a quick game of hide-and-go-seek? An idea, Cranberry. But where exactly would we hide?
Not seriously considering it. The game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one.
Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up. Howdy, howdy, when they're treating my old man body like it owes money, but I've been through worse. My temperature tolerance for both heat and cold is, gotten, absurd. Let me put it this way. I have an AC unit in my room that's, hooked up to the window, so, all the heat, goes outside. And my landlord has asked me, hey, just let me know when you want that thing removed and we'll take care of it. And I just haven't asked him to remove it. Because I haven't felt cold enough to have it removed. And I have blasting hot showers every day, so... I hope you're all nice and cozy, though, Crones. Get more blankets. That's the good thing about winter. You could just keep putting on more layers. If it's too hot, though, you cannot remove your skin.
Huh? Say what now?
Let me show you. Introducing a great thief's great secret weapon, Little Thief.
Whoa, screens appearing from thin air. This is some next level tech, little cranberry. Wanna talk me through the deets? What are you doing now?
Hacking your IP address. And inputting everything we need for the simulation.
Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it.
How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday?
Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage.
You sound awfully confident about that last bit. What? Tearing off your skin? I mean, if you can do it, go for it. Shed like a snake. But outside of that, I can't remove my skin. No matter what Lightning McQueen tells me. Bro, Lightning McQueen has been coming up a lot the past couple days. Mostly between me and Docs. Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beepity beep boop boop. I need to take it off to free the bugs. Let the cockroaches free crones. They need the light. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and... Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Yipes, what is this?
It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modeled on the data I gave Little Thief. This gadget was a tool used by the original Yatagarasu, but they used it to plan robberies.
Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now.
Oh, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. Can't simulate things it doesn't have data for, and if the data itself contains mistakes, then you'll wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too.
This particular recreation is based on Kay's photo, so we shouldn't run into any problems. There's enough preamble. Can we get started?
Let us begin. Don't forget you can examine stuff in the recreation just like in real life. You can also present evidence to try and clear up any inconsistencies you find.
Of course, thank you for the reminder. Let's take a look at that well.
I wonder, can I walk on top of the stage? Nah, it's not letting me do that. Damn. I wonder. Hold on.
What was the name of our trunk-happy friend again?
Azia the Asian Element.
Of course. How could I forget?
Dude, it's been so long since we've done a proper investigation, I forgot that you combine logic.
Not exactly inspired, though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth, not in front of the poor elephant herself!
Wicker basket. Or rather, a cart given the wheels.
Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race down the hill? Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs.
Where did any of that come from? Yes, this is where the circus show stage stood.
You think people would be interested in a great thieving show?
I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend.
Oh man, honestly getting out of like cross-examinations is a breath of fresh air right now. Not the Herman Miller! What will Gumshoe do now?
Great thief's great secret weapon. Color me in trade, Malzarino. Not exactly by the book stuff though, eh? Using great thief doodads on an official investigation?
It's what Herman would have wanted.
Whoa, enough with the death stares, Chief. I'm cool, okay? I can keep a secret. Anything for the truth, am I right?
It's possible that vital evidence has already been destroyed. Now Kay's reproduction of the scene, we have no hope of finding.
Hey, relax, like I said. I'll just zip it and nod politely while you cranberries do your thing.
Thank you, that would be very helpful. Chairs. The inferior Herman Millers. Wow, I pity whoever had to put them all away.
Really? Why?
Huh, you've clearly never had to fold up a bunch of boring chairs before, huh?
Not personally. I've told other people to do it, though.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta roll up your sleeves and help out once in a while.
I'll consider it.
I looked away for a second and everything is green. Yeah. We've been transported into Shrek. That's it. That's the only joke I've got today. We've been submerged in Nickelodeon slime. How about that? That one works a bit better. That's a bit more clever. Just a smidge.
Should examine this area carefully. It may just hold the clue we need.
30 pounds.
It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs... the projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay?
Sure, it was 30 pounds. Dude, what's kind of frustrating about this case right now is, like, this is all shit we could have done yesterday. We literally just could have actually examined things. But, like, we came to this well before and, like, there was nothing here for us. Like, it literally got fucking, like, just padded out. Like, outright. For no reason. Edgeworth is Splinter Cell phase. We're in Ace Combat 3 Electrosphere. I don't know, y'all seem too dead set on fighting between 5 and 0 right now.
Doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate. There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground.
Kinda reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug-of-war in school.
Answer is no, Kay.
Well, I didn't even say anything yet. Hadn't known well was relevant yet. I thought it was relevant. You could have easily, like, examined the lock, noticed it was broken, look down there, see there was a tunnel of some sort, or maybe look up earlier while going through the tunnel and, like, notice that there was the well, and then, like, I don't know. You could have put things together. If it's established the lock is broken, there was no reason for us to gloss over that earlier. You could easily rewrite it for the well to have been more relevant. And we didn't have to have a third fucking day in the case. We wouldn't have to fucking be here right now. Well, yeah, it looks like somebody used to put up a tent.
There was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? There's nothing of interest here.
The fucking... The blanket matches the... Actually, did we establish that earlier? It matches the...
What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? Don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets.
Okay, and look around. There we go.
Looks like this was designed for raising and lowering a bucket. No sign of a bucket, though.
I think that's it for the well. You don't think we're missing anything? Oh wait, the well itself.
The well was behind the stage, which means there aren't many people who could have thrown Nat's body down it during the show. Looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint.
So what do you think all the stuff around the well was used for? Very much enjoying the Edgeworth bucket.
This is a bucket.
Dear God.
There's more.
No. I can't see any animals needing them for their part of the performance.
Indeed, nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. We'll have to ask Miss Barry later. I suspect that's about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon, too. Hey, you can power down Mr. Thief for now.
Sure thing. Prepare to return to normality. I'm surprised Kay is just going along with calling it Mr. Thief instead of Little Thief. She just fully accepted it. They're like, yep, that's his name now. Sorry, sir. Came as quick as I could. Ha! Speak of the devil.
Ah, Detective, that was indeed impressively quick.
You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting.
Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. This seemed way more fun than rehearsals, so I ditched them for the day.
Very much appreciated.
I could just have her jumping for eternity. She will never cease.
All right, Detective, let's get started with Missile.
Yes, sir. Hey, Missile, over here, boy. What's the matter? Come on, boy, come on.
What's wrong with him?
Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Ah, yeah, that. The alligator. Guess he's not a fan, sir.
Well, I doubt it'll be of much help to us like this.
Any other bright ideas, Cranberry Sereno?
Yes, actually. Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand?
I'd love to. Just tell me what you need. Do you want me to teach Ally some tricks?
I don't doubt she could do it, but nothing quite like that. I'd simply like an account of what the yard looked like during the show.
I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right?
If you'd be so kind.
She hasn't even said anything.
Okay, I plugged in all the data, firing up the simulation.
You didn't say anything. Okay.
Here you go. This is what the yard was like during the show.
The time at which the body was purported to have been thrown down the well.
Oh, wow. This is so amazing. It's like magic. No magic here. Just sweet, sweet data. Which is why...
The area behind the stage is missing.
Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up. So we don't have any data on what it was like back there.
No data, no simulation. No cranberries. Brutal.
I'm so sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself.
Oh, no. It's all my frilly associate's fault.
Objection, Fender.
Anyway, we've got a fresh simulation now, but we still have the other data, too. I can switch back whenever you want to the recreation of them taking down the stage.
So we can examine the scene both during and after the show. Switch between the two at will. And switch between recreation by using X to talk with K. Now then, let's continue our investigation, shall we?
Stole the information out of her skull, hence the name of the device. Kay just like fucking slams it against Regina's forehead. Just sucks all the data out. Best part would be if she doesn't even flinch during the process. That'd be funny. I want to talk to Missile.
As bad as it
looks, pull little guy scare out of his skin.
I'd hope to have him track that scent again, but that clearly isn't in the cards now. Whimper.
We're gonna have to make him sound like Sans. Don't say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face.
It is?
This'll may be temporarily out of action, but my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it. Oh, and if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too.
Never seen him so excited.
I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them.
I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, Detective.
What about Regina?
So you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're also sweeties, the old faces and the new. I made a new friend only yesterday. Ally is just the cutest.
You, that full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond.
Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying you could just walk up and then chomp, you know? But don't be silly. She'd never do anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. I heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right? Yeah, totally. Super worried, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, yes. Super. Don't rope me into this.
Something tells me we should use the little metal detector on the alligator. Just a thought.
The pen that held Isaiah, the Asian elephant, How empty as the lady herself is on stage.
Wonder how they got her in here in the first place.
What do you mean?
Well, the entrance to the yard is people-sized. And there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through that vent. It's kind of risky, no?
What if one turned off the electricity?
Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape.
An entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not.
This is a real puzzler, alright. I'll need to give it some more thought.
Seems to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it. The basket was empty in the other recreation.
Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Oops, sorry. I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier.
Oh?
That basket's for holding Isaiah's food, but on the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof. I totally forgot to mention it. Sorry.
Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this. Alrighty.
Story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. I wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on that stage, too. Oh, he was wonderful. The way he flew off that stage.
Ah, yes, that scene.
This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage.
Does the tiger smash? I guess. I assume the tiger gets to smash. You're saying the crime scene took place during that time? Roughly how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry?
Let's see. I guess it was around 15 minutes.
Just as Judge Gavel said.
Isn't it pretty hairy, health and safety-wise, having an elephant fling a guy off the stage?
Not at all. Isaiah's very gentle.
I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly.
Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Isaiah, though. To me, they figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing?
Trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick?
Who, me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start.
I think I have an idea. I'm putting it together. It would appear that we're missing some data for this point in time.
Yep, that's about the size of it. You gotta go steal us some data.
Don't steal data, Kay. I use logic and deduction to get what I need.
Well, I'm more of an act first, think later gal.
Please don't add my workload with your recklessness. I would hate to have to order your arrest. And here's all the chairs. Chairs are lined up neatly for the show, and we know there are a few empty seats during the performance.
Something about this space, the way the seats are arranged. Once we have a karaoke contest I entered as a kid.
Entered a karaoke contest?
I sure did, and I came in second. Even in the depths of night, knowing no other birds dare to take flight, one alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on this world's blight.
Tell me you didn't actually sing that.
I sure did.
You did well to take second place, or perhaps stole is more apt.
Yeah, you go, Kay. Didn't add music notes, so I didn't know she was singing it or not. I would have sung it I would have sung it in her voice.
Was it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this.
Alright, so there's all that. I think it might be logic time.
This pond is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator.
And look, those bones must be from her latest meal.
I somehow doubt that an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that.
You think? I got the feeling she was rather ladylike in her own way, though.
If you say so.
I enjoy how much of a bitch Edgeworth is. Yeah, no. He is very aloof, and everyone loves him for it.
Well, I do kind of have a sixth sense for these things.
Interesting talent, though not one I'm particularly envious of.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Switch. Nintendo Switch 2. Leaked on the internet. Many times. Alright, so there's that. I saw something new. Gina, all that's done. Might be logic time, guys. Honda's home to Warden Lagarde. Look, those bones must be from her latest meal. Alright, it's literally the same dialogue. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. By the way, Crones, it gets even better in Ace Attorney 1. We're seeing Edgeworth after, like, an entire character arc. So it's gonna get better. Slowly as me and Docs work our way through.
This door appears to be locked.
Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try.
No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key.
Spoil sport. That could have been my chance to shine.
Feel free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me.
Hope his character gets worse. Hi, Crones. Docs, it took you that long? It took you that long to notice Crones was in here? AJ just straight up erased Crones from Docs' point of view. The power of the Kraken.
Now that's one impressive fence. I'm sure I could climb it if I...
Please don't. It's electrified.
I'm eating pizza. That's also a fair argument as to forgetting everything else around you. I can verify that because I'm Italian.
Wonder what's on the other side.
Warden's office, I believe.
I guess she likes to keep a close eye on her pets.
This facility would probably function better as a zoo than a prison.
Alright. Switch it back. We have to go back to the future. Finally, it's the past. The other one was the future. Ignore me. I'm keeping very good track of time. Samurai Jack. And yeah, it's the exact same. Leave me be. There we go. Alright, I think it's logic time, for real this time. You're also on the living room TV right now, Lil. Oh, great. I can embarrass myself in front of all your roommates. Assuming they're there. Fishing rod, the well. The only thing we were given in our logic was... The only thing we were given was the metal detector. Anyways. I think I have a good idea of what this was. I'm a genius!
The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene would have something to do with all the items we found by the well. Hey, I'd like to have another look at the equipment around the well from yesterday. You have Mr. Thief bring up the recreation from when they were tearing down the stave.
You got it!
Taking another look at these items, would they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's?
Sounds plausible enough. Hey, I could maybe add it to the simulation.
Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details.
Roger that. I'll be right back.
Good thing we're right by the detention center, huh?
3 hours later. I'm back, and he told me exactly how he did it.
Excellent. Well, how does it work?
He said use the pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope, and lower that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys, and that was tied around his body.
I see, so he used a downward pull in the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to?
He used a stake to stop it, that's how.
Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake.
That's right, and to do that he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and then when he gave it a sharp tug...
That's actually really cool.
The stake was released, and the weight dropped down the well.
It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the Great Thief's repertoire.
It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circuit tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough.
Alright, practice it is then.
Well, before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation?
Oh, right. Then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Hey, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now to add in data, Little Thief should be able to reproduce the trick now.
Eat. So this is how Mr. Saint performed this trick.
Simeon's full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that, that's genius.
Indeed, but I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight, more than him at the very least. Would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that.
Yeah, and probably a ton of practice. I think I've figured out where that sweet scent come from. Amidst other things.
Mr. Saint used the well to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. A clever use of 2 ropes. This top, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
Now you acknowledge it, asshole!
This tarp, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop. Yes, but why is it here?
But why is it here?
Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You've gone kind of blank. I intend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts.
That's one heavy weight. Kind of makes you think how much this must all be weighing on Simeon.
It does. I'm not quite sure I see it myself.
Oh, too bad we aren't the real thing here. Otherwise, I'd hang it around your neck like a big ol' albatross. Then we'll see how you like it.
You'd face some stiff resistance if you try. I can promise you that. Edgeworth's got hella posture. It's all this. Only in a rope. I suppose the two do tend to go... I suppose the two do tend to go together.
They sure do, like a great thief and her treasure.
I can feel a side-eye in his dialogue.
Can't have one without the other.
Sorry, but the proper pair in this case is a great thief and a set of handcuffs. It's the rope that was hanging down the well.
But no, wait! I'm in the middle of an investigation! Why? I'm just doing my job!
Do try to be serious, Kay.
Oh, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. So cut it out with that stare of yours.
Actually, she may be onto something. I am to consider what could have really been attached to the end of the rope.
Okay, that's everything here. Double check. Alright, that should be good. Turn the investigation into a murder scene. It already was a murder scene! The entire prison's probably a fucking murder scene! Okay. There we go. Come on, buddy. What? Come on! That makes perfect sense. That made perfect sense. Fuck you. Metal detector, 30-pound weight, pulling force. Alongside Regent, the Tiger, and Saint. Thea the Elephant, 30-pound weight. You have been kicked off the TV in favor of Minecraft. However, I hold you hostage in my phone. Aww. Damn. Your roommates hated me that much. Christ. I didn't know it was that annoying. It is simpler than you think. I mean... They said it had to be heavier! No?
You haven't noticed, Detective. There's something strange about the weight we found.
They actually think you're pretty silly.
Oh wait, you're talking about me in general. I thought we were talking about the game, thinking I'm silly for thinking that the apples were the way. I'm like, no, that makes perfect fucking sense. The apples made perfect sense. But no, that's flattering. It's flattering that they like me. That's good. The Wizard of Oz. God fucking damn it. I mean, how heavy it is? The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. So let me get this straight. We say, outside the logic, hey, the weight wouldn't be heavy enough. And then I had to connect the logics again and repeat myself. That's not how logics. Where's this comedy when you're on my channel, Crones? Which case could there perhaps be some weights missing? Sounds like a job for my 7 secret weapons, sir. Shouldn't the need to use them arise, I should speak to him then. Bro, I want just, it's the apples. It's the apples. It's the apples, bro. It's the apples. It's the apples, bro. Technically, I have need of one of your secret weapons. Technically, it's how a program would logic. Well, Circuit's not here right now, so we don't care about the IT side. Metal detector, if you would be so kind. Ah, jeez, I'm never gonna get to use my fishing rod. Before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir. Simple enough, it uses this sound and this gauge to tell you how close you are to something made out of metal. Get those warm colors off of my face. The closer you get, thank you, the more strongly it'll react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? Oh, the fence. Anyway, that's how it all works. You tell me where you want me to look, sir, and I'll get right on it. Examine the fence again. Getting warmer, but it's still weak, sir. Hold on, I want to see how many times I could just... We're close, sir. There's something metallic nearby. I want to interact with something that's blatantly metal. I got something. There's something here, sir. Oh, it's a gold coin, sir. What a find. It'll go down in history. I don't imagine a gold coin would stay hidden long in a prison yard. Oh, you found it. Never would have guessed it was hiding here the whole time. This man got excited his gold coin got found. Only for you didn't make him sound like he's fucking stupid. That's so cruel of you, Docs. I think we can tell the way he's trying to pin the apples. You plays me. I'm great at finding coins. Apparently. That's one of the coins for the big highway. We hold once every 2 weeks. Hey, that sounds kind of interesting. Must be fun for the whole family. Sure is. The princess will have to hunt for the coins the warden buried around the yard. And they find silver coins under one gold coin. They can swap them for jelly donut. What's the show? Now treasure hunt. This is a prison or a playground. All right, let's get back to it. Is Ryan having a stronger or am I? This is the verbal version of the dyslexia. Somebody explain for crumbs, please. I'm too lazy today. Both. That's not the right explanation. I could go for donuts. All right, back on it, I guess. Trying. Wait. There's something. Found it. I found something. I'm not eating my feelings. Alright, what do we find? I don't see anything metallic. What did the detector pick up?
Guess it must have just picked up some iron sand.
Iron sand, as in sand you can pick up with a magnet.
That's the stuff you can find at the beach sometimes. And I got just the thing we need right here. Introducing secret weapon number 6 or 7.
Are you making these up as you go along?
A seemingly ordinary magnet I found at the hardware store. Watch this. I just bring it close to the ground and, ta-da! It's picking out iron. Whoa! Come on, little guys. Come to Papa.
Must be nice to be so easily entertained. Regardless, the investigation must continue.
Anyways, Crones, what happened was that Redeem makes it so I hear my own microphone through my headphones. And essentially, it just makes me incredibly confused. It makes me speak really weird. I get discombobulated when I hear my own voice when I talk at the same time.
Alright, back on the bullshit. I want to get all the Easter eggs. I'm not gonna get a chance for this again. Alright, time to actually do this properly.
Sir, I'm picking up something over here. Let's take a little look-see, huh? I found these little guys in the grass.
The same as the weight we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick.
Oh, I've had that done to me before. Yeah, no. You know the feeling.
Someone hide these here on purpose.
Have you tried talking fast during it? A little? I mean, if I killed the Redeem, everyone would be sad. So, I deliberately nerfed myself. I count 4 together, sir. That'd be more than
Dodge this! You're only making it harder to resolve the crisis that this planet faces. Not so fast. Oh, Sea's light! Lend me your power! Humanity, all you have to do is accept the death I have designed for you. What's wrong? Show me the brilliance of your will. I will make this star shine, brightest of them all.
Guys, shut up. The apples are the key to this case, okay? I won't have you slandering me here.
So somebody hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? Why over here?
Yes, nice work, me. Eek! An alligator! That thing nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's, reacting to the alligator. What? How?
You're sure it's not responding to the weights we just found?
No, sir. I'm sure this is something different, and I'm sure it's coming from the alligator.
And she's gone.
Bro, I love that. I love that animation of her laughing. I can hear the oh from here. Oh, we scared that big snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh? Then what is it? Ally hasn't been herself lately.
What's the name? Ally, the warden's favorite pet.
She won't even look at the food Warden Lagarde brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her. Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir. Evil villainous K. Need. Honestly, same. Oh no, what if she ate one of the weights?
I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Hey, could you recreate the scene again?
Coming right up. We have to go through this animation every time.
Alright. Back over to the lab again. We return. Like anything that catches my attention. There's that. Everything seems fine. I need to deduce. Need to deduce. There's 2 pulleys. Alright, let's see here. Mr. Saint's trick. There were 2 wait. Alright, so yeah, the pulley count matches. I'm going to pull the grudge and stringless man through the screen. How many times do we have to look at this damn well? I have the hair for it. I'll do it. They're all stupid. No, Crones, this case has been like almost 4 streams now. Or it is 4 streams. This is the 2nd case of the game. There's at least 4. I hate it here. Oh shit, ad break's coming up actually. Alright. I guess we'll have to shelve things for a second. This is gonna be a good opportunity for people to get some water, get some snacks, use the bathroom, do whatever y'all humans need to do. And as soon as we come back, we'll be solving the case of this well. And maybe we might actually be getting close to finishing the case. I doubt it, to be honest. But, with all that being said, bye for now.
The bakery! That's where I work!
Don't come out here fucking honk shoeing me. I could just continue the stream and y'all don't get to see fucking shit while you get hit. While you get hit with targeted ads for fucking places that are right down the street from you. Just like on Spotify. And then we'll see how you say it now. The 100% of this game takes roughly 20 hours. Well, I mean, the 100% is just like the normal game. Anyways. Anyways. We're gonna be here for a bit still. Anyways, use the heavyweight, 3 pulleys, and 2 lengths of rope. There's only 1 rope. There's only a single rope. Eureka! That's about the amount of time it takes for Edgeworth to get all the clues from that fucking well. Crones, you don't know the fucking half of it. You don't know the fucking half of what I've had to deal with this case. You have no idea how much fucking bullshit has gone on. You don't know about the fucking hole that was underneath the bed that they should have seen immediately. You don't even fucking know. Anyways. Case apparently takes 3 hours and looks to be the longest in the game. That tracks. That fucking tracks. Think about the 2 recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the 2, namely that one of the ropes is missing. Oh yeah! Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us. So what happened? Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that. Really? What shows us where the missing rope went? I would assume the crocodile? Or here. Yeah, no, here. Takes 3 hours. That's bullshit, though. Like, for a normal playthrough, that's bullshit. For a speedrun, yeah, of course it takes 3 hours. But for a normal playthrough, no. Especially when on stream. Yes, it seems to have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. So you're saying? Yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and placed with something else. What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here. Think about what that rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon figure out the answer. Weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weights was... Alright, let me double check on this. Did indeed have a weight attached.
Take that!
Can only have been Knight's body that was dropped down into the well. What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight? Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. And he let the rope around his body loose. Both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden. So that no one would realize they'd been replaced with the body. Precisely, we can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer.
Oh there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood anywhere, including down the well? Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. Stop Knight's blood from going everywhere. Probably the tarp.
Take that!
This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely a Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. Love it. No context of this case, I was thinking to myself, haha, what the wait was a corpse. I'm delighted and surprised that this is the direction it's going. Bro, this is like tame for Ace Attorney, too. This shit gets wild sometimes, and sometimes stupid. I'm looking at you, fucking Alba. You and your fucking ceiling fan. Fuck you. But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well. Means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer. No, not quite. What about what Judge Gabble said yesterday? But if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime? That's true. Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show. Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh? That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together? It would have been the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yeah, we started getting ready for the show around 9 p.m. I think we finished around midnight. In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. There we go. Canis know about this contraption, and if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells. Means Canis isn't the killer. Alright, I guess all that's left is logicking the last of our logic. The day before the show, but it was gone the next morning. I was left dangling inside the well the night before the incident. I'm just waiting for the shoe drop regarding the apples. So am I. I think that's where they hid his body. That's the only thing that really makes sense. I mean, there ain't much. We've examined everything else, including that. Wait. Wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels. Alright, never mind. What? This one never gets checked off. Guys, I found a bug. This never gets labeled as red. That's funny. Apple cart used to transport the body? Nah. Let me try again. There's not much left I can do. Okay. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Thea. Really? That's strange. I made sure to put the cart where our trunk couldn't reach them. Are you sure about that? Oh yes, it was still full of apples the night before the show. Must consider the possibility that the cart was moved somewhere within Isaiah's reach. Large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind. That could mean somebody moved it for a reason. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay. Will do. I'll add that to the simulation of the performance then. Let me just change back to that recreation first. Updating based on what Regina told us now. There, all done. Little wonder it smelled of animals. It was being used for the element. The whole Isaiah's apples, right? Yep, it was full of them the day before the show. So they vanished overnight. Oh, did you figure something out, Mr. Edgeworth? Quite possibly. Please. Finally! Basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time. Had to chalk that up to coincidence, huh? Then the next question you should be asking is, why was the cot moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cot would have been blocking that door, which can only mean that somebody needed to open it. Now, let's see what's... Oh, great. It's locked. Let me ask a guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! He's just completely okay with the whole little thief thing. He's not even saying a damn thing. That was fast. Guard, where's the key for this door? Oh, the warden keeps all of that. I'll go ask her for it. Warden Lewd is the only one with a key. Meaning if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. Thanks for the help! Ooh! Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison. So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show then? But why? What were they trying to do? I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a break room. Must have come to tamper with the switches. It's above his pay grade to ask questions in that fan game-ass screen. Did they turn off the power to something? Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? It might have lost power had a breaker been flipped. Door sensors. Prison roll call. Security gates. What might have lost power had a breaker been flipped. The metal detector or the door sensors?
Take that!
No, at the door? And how would that work exactly? Don't let your preconceptions hold you back. You need to think outside of the box. That's the key to coming up with ideas you'd never imagine otherwise. Nice try, Mr. Edgeworth, but this one's a little too far out of the box. That wasn't the answer. It was, though! Picked in just such a way, but might have lost power. I don't even recall, like, a blackout of any kind. Oh, wait, no!
Take that!
I'm dumb. I forgot. I forgot. There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage. Oh yeah, there was. So somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to? Seems very likely. Do you think it was the killer? It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them. It would! Which means, the killer would have to be someone who had access to the breakers. Seems only one person has the key. Couldn't be. Could it? Alright, little thief, your work here is done. We're getting so fucking close. There we go. Fully healed. The truth is very nurturing. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm. Good morning, Mr. Wiener. What, you? How'd you get here before me? Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start. I see you've made a late one, Judge Gabble. This is not my only case. I am a very busy woman. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility. Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney. Associate? More like asinine! We'll see about that. She's a hard-working MILF. Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard. Okay, I'll get some officers to help. That won't be necessary. Why not? We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process. Won? But I'm supposed to be the wiener. Your Honor? I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it. I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
Fuck, that one was a little good.
How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat. You have been warned repeatedly, yes, and each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination. The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocent. Only because you said it perfectly. I like voicing Eustace. I like the voice I gave him. It's one of my favorites. Interesting, and spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromised. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without mercy. And when I am done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this. My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Carcerado did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel.
We have MILFs everywhere. Pick one already.
Mia. And that's the one I'm settling on. You only need to accept the death I have designed for you, Edgeworth.
As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
That's still your assertion, and you can prove it, of course.
Of course she can! Who do you think you're up against?
What Eustace meant to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival.
She really is a very busy woman, busy looking after baby Wiener.
Victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep. Simeon Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. There was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Gamble hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor.
You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it?
Yes, I think I might.
Mr. Edgeworth, if the God of Justice wanted you to win the case, she wouldn't have created me.
Okay, let me take a look at our evidence again. Alright, used during the show sensing flying the weights were replaced with the victim's body by someone. The time of death is between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. on the 27th. Instant death from a stab wound to the neck. Damn it, I can't look at that. This gets annoying. I hate that I can't look at this footage. It's so fucking frustrating. Man, 2 TF2 references in one stream, blessed. Well, the death thing is from Geist, not TF2. Unless that's a coincidence. Not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through a tunnel. This is true. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint. Okay, so right here. Alright, there we go.
Objection!
What? Okay, I guess I need to press. Fuck! Alright, fine, I'll press. I'll press against the MILF. Would you talk us through your reasoning on that a little more?
The day before the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Carcerado.
More specifically, the key to his cell.
Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and enter Mr. Saint's cage. Mr. Saint took Mr. Knight to the yard in that cage, and that's where he killed him. The following day, Mr. Carcerado crawled his way through the tunnel. There was no body there yet.
Wait a second, that doesn't add up. Mr. Crossroads smelled that sweet smell, so Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already. No, his body did not pass through the tunnel until some time after Mr. Carcerado had crawled through it. Mr. Carcerado used the tunnel right around the time the show was starting. The body was discovered just after the performance ended.
From which you deduce that the body could only have been thrown down the well during the show.
Yes, and who the culprit must be.
During the show is Mr. Saint. There's a saying, a soldier says when he dominates someone, if God had wanted me to let you live, he wouldn't have created me. Yeah, that one. I understand that one. I'm wondering when the second one was. Oh wait, the bucket. Shit. Never mind. I'm stupid. I have short-term memory loss. Who are you people? I know what I want to say. I'm struggling to figure out how to say it. Okay.
Objection!
Alright, right evidence, wrong statement. Okay. Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption.
A contraption? Go on.
You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by an elephant.
I do, just before he was to be absent for some time.
He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he had tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick.
Wait, wouldn't I have sent him flying as soon as he set foot on stage?
It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With the second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show.
You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well then, who do you think is the number one most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body? Even you must see how this looks.
Also, I just noticed there's birds on the background. That's a nice little detail. Cute. If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Gavel theorized without these extra steps. Miss Berry.
Yes?
Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works?
Well, let's see. We had to get the prison's approval on what we were going to perform, so I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows.
There you have it.
Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation, and yet I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right?
Is what I am doing wrong? If so, who is that deems it so?
How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book.
I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear.
Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer. If the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have first been brought here from the yard to the cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint, and thus he remains the only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell. But why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells?
Yeah, it is pretty sus. Among us. But we've all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. Highly plausible he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
It may be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape.
Need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge. Alright. I was moved from the yard to the workshop. Mr. Knight must have first been brought here from the yard to his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint. We need to prove it was someone else other than Simeon. That's the main thing. I know she does have the same vibe as Edgeworth in his first tribal. Edgeworth here is basically going through the same difficulty challenge Phoenix was back then. Relatability. The only person who had the opportunity. Around 9 a.m. and the autopsy is at... This is between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. But we established that this was Carcerado. So he was leaving after the murder. Made by a bear. Dog chess. Why is this dog chess piece so fucking relevant? Prison search. Saw its bracelet. Prison roll call. Of course, the same difficulty with how powerful Edgeworth is now has to be harder. Yeah, no, true. The power scaling on Ace Attorney characters. Let me press.
Hold it!
Well, certain nobody else had the opportunity. Need I remind you that we are in a prison? The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted. Need an Ace Attorney power tier list? CC, make it. Create it, and then me, probably Coral Reef, and others can, like, weigh in on it. I will make one eventually. I look forward to that day. Mr. Saint was under that same scrutiny, was he not? The warden had granted the members of the circus troupe special access. As a member of that troupe under the supervision of Miss Berry, he is the only person who is free to wander where he will. Seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor. Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well, then recall this fact, if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who is free to walk around the prison. There was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison, time when it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored. Graph that shows there was a period of the day on the crime where this oversight was limited.
Take that!
My face says it all, chat. My face says it all. My face says it all. It's always the question of, I know what I want to say, but how to say it is the issue.
Hold it!
I'll have to name the tiers. Reload the save. Can't have Wiener get any progress on you. I don't care anymore. Anything that prolongs this case any longer is not anything I want. Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Which opportunity are we talking about again? We previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. From this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that other time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected. Do you mean to say our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That was no simple camera malfunction. Is that even possible? It was completely possible to create the 3-hour gap using this.
Take that!
On investigation, VR turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one of which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened at around the time of the murder. What? Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of him. Mr. Edgeworth knows what he's doing! And how does he explain the lock on the power room door? Oh, yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. And the Warren's the only one with the key. Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure. I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily. No, but one person could have. I beg your pardon? That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question.
Objection!
What? There's no one like that! The breaker to the electric fence is in there! They would be questioned in an instant! There's only one person who meets these criteria. I can hardly believe it myself. I can! But I have to follow where the logic leads. The person who had access to the power room key was...
Take that!
The real culprit is... Damn, Missile is angry. Warden Lagarde. Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little butchie? He's not just a pretty face, Missile also has quite the nose for sweetening. Seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed. And it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. And perhaps is the sweet stench of death. You're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. But if I didn't know better, I'd almost think you were calling Maud the killer. That is precisely what I'm calling you. What? Warden Lagarde is the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying? Oh, such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me? I am the one in charge around here. She kissed that fox on the lips. She just straight up kissed the fox on the lips. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? I think Gavel might feel a little bit of panic at that accusation. And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous. Sadly, it is not, although I can hardly believe it myself. This is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? we're jumping the gun just a smidge here. We're jumping the gun a little bit. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Wait, we've jumped the gun just a smidge. She ought to be in prison just for that. Is it the breakers or the rope that she fed to her alligator? Let our man cook. He's cooking too fast. This shit is undercooked right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. The door sensors? I don't think so. I'd go with the thing she had keys for. The breakers? It wasn't. I'm saving. Edgeworth, we have jumped the gun exceedingly. We have jumped the gun a lot. Like, no. The door sensor's detecting someone passing through and catching what the security cams couldn't. No, you're thinking too smartly. You're thinking too smart right now. Ace Attorney wants you to just think smart enough, but not smartly. Sweet scent can be detected. Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here is your accuser. The police dog. We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're priceless. Really, you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, dear, don't put them in this place.
Even Verity is kind of being like, shit.
Seems Judge Gavel may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. For just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as a coincidence, however. Indeed, and it seems a conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself.
We should, and when we have, this case will finally be at an end. Jesus Christ, we've been here 3 days!
You're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer? How could I possibly do such a thing? The only thing I'm guilty of appears to be bestiality.
I don't want to know what she does with this fox. I love that the name of it is just, I didn't do it.
Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by her logic I would have had to kill him in there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before show began. Check if you like, but you won't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer.
Give me a break. Missile doesn't lie. Don't make it all on everyone. Just come clean. Upper sense is getting sent to hell, not jail hell.
Oh dear, I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. You think I'm lying? Go and check the records.
She really wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. Just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. You've made Bobo and you know it.
Alright, let's see here. Everything she knows. Been died in his cell. By your logic, I would have had to kill him there. I was supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison. Alright, I'm really thinking here. I need to take a look at... Oh, wait. Herder. Right to the yard. And then Canis would help move it. Yeah. Sounds pretty solid to me. I think this is it, but let me go ahead. Let me take a closer look. She never went into the prison. But she could go to the detention center. And she could go to her office and she could go to the yard. The question then becomes, how did she move the body to her office? She did have access to the tunnel. And the tunnel also smells sweet. But then we have to consider, okay, how did she hoist up? Wait, the weights. She could have undone the weights and then... I've got it. Okay.
Objection!
That's totally legit! Fuck you! I'm pointing at a map! I'm pointing at a map! This is gonna be some caveat like, oh, I didn't go in the prison because she went under it. Pretty much. I guess I'll do the tunnel now.
Objection!
It's not the tunnel either, okay. Cool. I can literally put it all together. Like, I know what her plan was in my head. But now it's just getting there now.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison?
Please, darling, let me finish. I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before show began.
Won't find a record anywhere of me having entered or left the prison proper. Cooped up in my office until right before the show began.
Hold it!
So you were in your office the whole time and you didn't notice anything unusual?
I can't say that I did.
You didn't notice anything missing?
I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl. The forgetful one at that. I put something down and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. I even lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof, just like that.
What? And she still has a job?
Honestly, if someone came into my office and took something, it might be years before I noticed.
It seems like I'll need more than the power room key to expose her.
On the day of the murder, I was working in my office, and looking for something I'd misplaced. Even if I'd had reason to go into prison, I simply wouldn't have had time.
Especially as I never went into the prison. The route we have is she... Alright, let's review our route here. She goes into the yard, cuts the power. She goes into the yard from her office, cuts the power for the surveillance, then goes over, kills Knight, drags him through the tunnel. Also, she failed with Simeon's contraption earlier. Kills him, drags him through the tunnel, sets up everything in the tunnel, goes back out, hoists him up from the yard, cuts the power back on, goes back into her office. And then also probably talk to Canis at some point. I don't fucking know. I was too busy at work. I was cooped up in my office until right before the show began.
Hold it!
Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. What if you took another route?
Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed.
No, you had another way in, I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. The route you took went through this location. Let me review the history.
The yard?
Take that!
Through the fence? Through the fence? Can we see all the evidence again? Sure. There you go. You can pause. I believe in you.
Warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office. It just happened to be connected to the yard. You had a way through the fence, and you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel.
Gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gotten through the fence? And the extremely high fence topped with razor wire with thousands of volts of electricity going through.
Yeah! How was she supposed to have gotten through that?
The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power. And you had and only you had the key. No one but you could have done it.
Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. When the guard was on the detention center side. How would she have even reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, clever puss, you've dug yourself a real hole now.
Is there no record of Warden the Guard having entered the prison proper? Then the idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question.
But there must have been some way she could have done it.
Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you lost everything.
But if I don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this.
Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah?
No matter how you look at it, Warden the Guard couldn't have done it alone.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you... You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
That was a reflexive objection. Now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over.
Let's do a quick save. The captive turnabout. Yeah, tell me about it, brother. I've been captive in this fucking trial for goddamn ages.
I have one more thing to add. You'll permit me?
Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence?
Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. One enabler to shut off the breaker. She couldn't have done it all alone, but what if she wasn't alone?
Oh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo.
I believe that Warden the God had an accomplice.
Is being pushed into ultra lawyer instinct. He is pressed.
Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong.
The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets. Ones that raise the alarm if people go where they're not supposed to. Ah! I see that you've realized your error, and we are, of course, within the prison grounds, where not only the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing.
Despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Carcerato's escape.
The only ones who are free to roam are the animals, and they most certainly could not have operated the breaker.
Oh, so our accomplice must be human.
And who did it, given that it could not have been a prisoner or a guard?
I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there's one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show that free-roaming person was. Didn't think this would be coming up again.
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets.
Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Frank Salt, Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate.
Aw, the little fox is licking the sweat off of her for sodium.
It's strange, isn't it, Warden? He was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while.
That is pretty funky, and I don't mean in a good way.
It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such a leeway to certain others, Bodhidharma Canis, for example.
Mr. Edgeworth, this is pure speculation.
In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Salt himself? I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them had worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Miss Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop, by having Mr. Salt shut off the corresponding breakers.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun.
And do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde?
No, darling, you've got me. I admit it. Warden? Tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it.
No way! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her.
I shouldn't, Cranberry. She won't be wriggling out of this now. As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off breaker. But we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums, no, we didn't.
What?
Warden, explain yourself. Oh, Verity, dear, I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. Frankie likes the girls with big personality. He is all merciful. You have but to confess and you shall be saved. Oh gosh, alright. I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said.
She's trying to pin it on Canis. Also, other thoughts I'm having all of a sudden. So, killed with a chisel, correct? The chisel had a bell on it. What if, once the body drops, that's the cue for the dog and he goes and grabs it? And is told exactly what to do by Canis. Trained to do exactly what he needed to do by Canis. It's all coming together, Chad. It's all coming together. There were 3 accomplices. Who's he?
But the Dahmer Canis, that awful assassin.
Canis. The guard look like an advanced wars general to anybody else, or is that just me? No, I can see it.
How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moment we were alone, he said this to me.
You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution.
Others?
Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them.
Of course, he wasn't talking about the real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing.
I would recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family.
I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for.
Everything? Wait, is that how he became the fixer?
Yes, darling, I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him, too.
The culprit is Mr. Burns.
So, you were smuggling in contraband. How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by cameras. I simply dropped packages down the well from the prison side and went back through fence. Each one of them spritz with a little of my perfume.
So that's what the sweet cell was.
Yes, it was signal for Canis' dog. He picked up scent, he would fetch packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course.
It'd have been easy keeping him from finding out.
Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at prison, darling. Everything runs to schedule, meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there.
How long would it take Edgeworth or Wright to solve who killed Mr. Burns? This is a good question. I would need to learn more about the Mr. Burns case.
And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at sight of Canis' dog, poor thing. There was no risk of him raising the alarm either.
He has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Mr. Canis couldn't fail.
Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the cameras, which I would do later, when I got the chance.
You've shared a great deal, Warden. The Goddess of Justice will surely take your honesty into account.
I've been the most dreadful fool, I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days, and so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard.
That's the secret behind the Fixer's system. Why she was...
Police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present to me, simply won't say a word. Why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over? Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his.
Oh, Lord, that face. Christ.
I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote.
Letters? I suppose you must know about his correspondence, chess games too.
But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were. Living in fear like this, you just can't comprehend it.
As you've just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth, the words of Warden Lagarde's confession have cleansed her of all suspicion. Surely there is no need to hound her any longer.
She really been cleared of all suspicion, though. There's some more about her to uncover. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet, and I think the Goddess of Justice would agree.
So you mean to make her suffer more than she already has?
Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fixer's delivery route. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body.
And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
In the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal delivery. What do you make of that?
Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now, the whole well probably smells of it. Some of it may have just rubbed off on his body.
That does match the statement that Mr. Carcerado provided.
Smell, yeah, always smelled kinda nice down there.
Nice.
Gee, I don't know, smelled sort of like dessert, I guess.
His words seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well. You've been rendered speechless, I see, and I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court.
No, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What can I do? Is this as far as we go?
Finally, so we're actually done.
No, we aren't. Unfortunately.
Yes, Eustace, it seems we are. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned.
And it goes on and on.
Who was that?
Come on, Judge G. Things were just getting good. And just as they're getting good, I have to send us to an ad break real quick. So this is going to be a good opportunity for people to get some water, get some snacks, use the bathroom, do whatever y'all humans need to. And as soon as we get back, can this fucking case, please fucking end? With all that being said, bye for now.
The bakery! That's where I work!
Dodge this! You're only making it harder to resolve the crisis that this planet faces. Not so fast. Oh, Sea's light! Lend me your power! Humanity, all you have to do is accept the death I have designed for you. What's wrong? Show me the brilliance of your will. I will make this star shine, brightest of them all.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you all had a good break. Hope you got done what you need to get done. Let's try and wrap this up, for the love of God. I got hell divers I want to play after this. Thunder. Are you objecting to my adjourning this session? No. What a shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do, G. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn. Whatever floats your boat. What are you doing, Mr. Fender? Back to the never-ending story. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill cranberry, shall we? By which I mean a square of cranberry goodness. Anyone? Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court? Oh no, not bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. As Simeon Lane's lawyer, that is. Ah yes, I'd forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender. How could you? You're killing me here. Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time. Right you are, which is why I figured it's time to put in some work. Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you worked a day in your life. And let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness? Now? Amusing, but what is there left to ask? I got a feeling in my funny bone that Beefs here has something more to tell us about the killer. Do I? Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. I don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears. Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing? He's trying to coax Warren McGod into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go through all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? Because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis. She did? No way! He was convicted of committing murder here that would have been grounds for transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility. And where he'd be out of her hair forever, huh? Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. No, Saint can't not be the killer! That's not fair! I was all ready to prosecute him! Evidence! I know, right? But maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't get the wrong guy, yeah? Nice. Now Mr. Wiener has to go along with it too. Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course. How could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Eddykins who have such a way with words. Just doing my job, thief. Evidence jump scare. Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. Do say you'll let me. As you wish. Court is unadjourned. I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender. Oh, me either. Thank you for your timely intervention. Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. And besides, defense never rests, am I right? Simeon's dependent on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there, and we can't foul this up now. Which means hurry up to the Bat Miles, McSmiles. Show 'em what that never rests cranberry. I shall. Fabulous. Then let's get started. My truth. I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. But whatever the sordid details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. And then he had his dog dispose of the body. It simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes. I did him the most terrible disservice.
Yes, you killed him.
I suppose you could put it that way. If I weren't such a sorry excuse for a warden, this would have never happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess.
Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly to your credit. I am certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude. You've clearly never met Mr. Knight.
I don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. They were having a chess game.
Hold it!
Knight was being kept in a holding cell while Mr. Canis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were opposite ends of the facility?
Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen.
Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. I can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time.
And you don't know Canis, my dear. He'd find a way, I'm sure of it. Something comical about the name of the rebuttal the name of the rebuttal phase being labeled My Truth. It's as good as I didn't do it. He's certainly the type. But whatever the sordid details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. And he had his dog dispose of the body. It simply has to be what happened. No telling what went on between him and the victim. The chess game is the... let's try the chess game. Damn it, that wasn't it. Alright, let's try again. We're so fucking close, guys. We're so fucking close. We're so goddamn close. Fucking hell, man. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. How could he take a disliking to somebody all the way over in the holding cells? I'm just plucking possibilities out of air, darling. As said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're so awfully serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course.
Why is she looking at me like that?
So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit. So clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can.
No!
Stay with me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught.
Ain't no way I'm right with the statement way back in part 1 of this case, where the dog chess piece is a tiny knife or something. I doubt it. I am wondering what the hell that piece has to do with anything, though. It has been very insistent on staying in my evidence and not being used for anything. The rook. And how could he have done that?
What more can you tell us about those sordid details?
Well, we all know what Canis once did for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble. Especially as victim was already injured his neck, I think. But the attorney said to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in anyway.
Let's make some sort of report for the warden when the new prisoners are admitted. It seemed keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight.
That's because I didn't, sweetie. The victim was simply a fun target to that monster. Nothing more.
I expect Cadus used the chisel that was hidden in the chess set, don't you? Awful, grisly business. Just imagine the man probably didn't even have time to cry out. I see. Thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind. Sure, it's gonna be something stupid like the piece twists off and there's something of significance inside or something. Don't fucking tempt it! Don't fucking tempt it, Crones! Poor Edgeworth. Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course, we can talk about them some more. Use the chisel that was hidden in that chess set, don't you? Knight hid a chisel in here to prevent it from being found by the prison staff. But how did he know about that? Nobody knew about that except for Knight.
Objection!
Warden Lagarde, you strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please, call me Fifi. Sweetie pie if you prefer. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. Aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed. We're all family here. You... Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, don't let her get inside your head. You said earlier that you didn't know about Mr. Knight, in which case I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in? You're not talking your way out of this, Wharton. That is entirely irrelevant and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived. What? I mean, of course, that when Mr. Saint came in, we... You checked him? I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Eek! Judge Gabble, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set? I did not. If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Indeed, such a thing would imply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through. Precisely. So, Warden Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you... Alright, darling, there's no need to rub it in. You got me, alright? I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me, I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. Oh shit! Oh shit! Mila! Hi, Mila! Shit, alright, hold on. God, it's been fucking ages, dude. It's been fucking ages. Hi, Mila, how was your stream? Hope you had a good one. There we go, give you a shout out. If y'all... Mila is such a sweetheart, a lovely voice actor, and just a lovely streamer. They absolutely deserve your time today. If you're not following them, please check them out. She absolutely deserves it. What a time to raid. Yeah, we're trying to put this fucking case to rest. Good God. But howdy raiders. My name's Rise here. I'm an alien dragon VTuber, made my own model. It can do all kinds of crazy stuff like you see right here. However, I could chat y'all's ear off all day about what my content is and what it's about, but I think it would just be easier to show y'all. Hello. You are... in hell.
I'm a simple creature. I am pleased by simple things. No, you bitch! You absolute bitch! You whore! You fucking whore!
I don't care if it's a bad idea, it's funny. Yeah!
Ah! Oh my god, that actually scared the shit out of me!
I paused to read chat.
That would be you, Betsy. How high should like ah?
I've played this game for years and I've never seen this strategy.
I've never played stupid. Sell the game exclusively at fucking Walmart.
I'm in Brazil. I'm in Hell Square. Don't worry. One of our mods is too, though he's not here right now, unfortunately. Also, she's dying from Japanese candy slice. Yeah, I saw the notification for that during stream, but unfortunately, I'm kind of in the middle of that whole streaming thing, so I was in much of a position to watch. But yeah, Mila, if you got a raid and run, I completely understand, and you go take care of yourself, do whatever you need, and for any who stick around, we're about to, hopefully we're about to clear this case in Ace Attorney. For context, we've been on this single case. This is the second case in the game for like 4 streams now. We've been desperately trying to end it. I want to move on to the rest of this game. Gavel and the like can only carry this so much, bro. They can only carry this so much. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. And if you stick around, stay tuned for a lot of really bad voice acting. Or really good, I don't know. Nobody's ever really given me opinion. I'm no Mila, though. None, Your Honor. Thank you, darlings. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Alright, and check your detective signs. We're putting this case to rest. I fucking hope so! Also, bestiality. Very well. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please tell the truth this time. The lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. My truth, part 2. I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I make a point of talking to every newcomer in our little home. Knight was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. So it was simply a conversation with a new detainee? That seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I know you'd understand. My truth, the squeakle. Nice Russian accent, does fit her character. I mean, I was going for French, and then like I slipped into Russian, and I just had to stick to Russian. I do whatever sounds alright. Circuit, is that your alt? That's the mod. That's the mod that's also in Brazil. I suppose we shall see, won't we? Mr. Edgeworth, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. So we have to prove she was capable of killing Knight during this. Question I bet wasn't anything serious. I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. And it was no different, we just had a little chat, you might call it. After we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. What time was this? If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today. You really think I murdered the poor man right in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you, I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I had my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. He really does hate Canis. Warden Lagarde, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony. I'm no angel, I had my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. Now that is a lie. That is a lie. Also, thank you for the follow, Hanged Wyatt Man. Welcome to Dragon's Gash Valley. I hope you enjoy your stay. Alright. Present. Finally. Let it be over. Let this end. I'm tired. I'm tired of this overly long second case. It has been 12 hours. Judge Gavel, I'd like you to take a look at this. Notes about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth? No one must smell like fox piss, then they can't be potty trained, damn. Well, given how she's casting it on the lips, probably. She smells sweet, actually. Probably to cover up the fox piss. That's my headcanon now. Which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You'd seen it in Canis' cell, too. What do you mean? Oh, come now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security.
I'd imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. She wants to find out who his cronies are, right? Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. As you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were. And so what if I did? You also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. Ah! And then who should appear but Knight carrying him a diagram of a very particular game? We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. And it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. Much like a hawk, why would they send a hawk to prison? I don't know, man, there's birds in the background. Wait. Which is the real reason he had that chat with the cranberry. His boss wouldn't crack. Maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest said you found a hidden chisel. The murder weapon itself. As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing. Canis. Thus you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis, and that is why you killed him. There are the birds. Well, bird. There's a bird in the background now. There were multiple. Damn, it ain't a boat, but it sailed right over y'all's heads. Yeah, I don't get the joke. I apologize. It will happen again. I should time you out for that one. I should time you out for that one. There was a mod here, I tell him to crush your balls. Straight to jail. I see you have no more excuses, Judge Gavel. Your verdict, please. Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... In the name of the goddess of justice, who is it this time? It's Sans. Warden? It's a joke. It's all a big stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you? I think we've proven that it is you who didn't understand things correctly. Crones crush their balls, bet. I think... Me? Please, darling. Understand it all perfectly well. Thank you very much. And I understand that there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edward Good. Man, he's zooming. He fucking zooming, bro. Look at him go. Look at little guy go. Look at the little man go. The hawk spin. The spin cycle. Zoomies. You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this, Your Honor. The verdict. I am curious to hear what the warden has to say. What? Firefox is running. You're a dull, Verity. I just have one last thing to say, then Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner. You rang? Does anyone remember a certain autopsy report? Of course, we received the finalized version only this morning. That's right, and I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if no one else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches? Wait, riddle me this, Mr. Edward. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? No! Forgive me, oh goddess, I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake. And you think you haven't been when Simeon the whole time? Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold, Mr. Edgeworth. What now, huh? Spin! What do we do? It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through. Right, sir? Dot, 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 dot. I don't know, looks to me like the Miles Citron... The what? The Miles Citron's out of commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Maybe the chisel broke? No, it wasn't a chisel. Turn things on the head with a desperate bluff. Blow out the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you. Look, detective, I'm not as much of a man of action as the next guy. Without evidence, we're up a cranberry without a jaw here. This might be the end of the road.
We can't give up now. We have to do something.
Certain that Warren Lagarde is the killer. The only explanation that fits the facts of the case. The chisel wasn't the murder weapon, then what other blade weapon is there in this facility? Edgeworth, I'm fuckered. We got successfully edged, chat.
Nor the evidence to provide those answers.
Getting good at those improv jokes.
Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Ah, come on, G. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
No, not me. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? Found it! This question throws everything I've deduced out the window.
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth? Allow me to remind you. The claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalty.
Gotta get your edges worth. Raiders, subscribe if you love edging. Crohn's, no advertisement. So when do we do this when do we go to the actual courtroom? We've had like 7 trials out in this jail. It's the investigations game. We're a prosecutor, cringe. We don't go to the courtrooms. It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. I can think of something. Oh, thus I am to admit it.
You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simeon's counting on us. Without us, remember how upset he was? He was devastated.
Nobody's in more pain than him. Oh, sorry.
Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. There's no way he did it, but if we can't save him, who will? And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring in some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some.
Hey, Miles, your old buddy over there is quite the motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of cranberries. Picture them pleading with you to help. Does it make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things look, he'd always find a way to turn around and save his client. And you're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Think of the cranberries. So, Fender looks like Dan Avidan, but like I can't do a Dan voice without him just sounding like K. So I settled on making him, I think it was Dr. Kaufman. The voice he gave Dr. Kaufman in the Trauma Center playthrough, in which he was obsessed with cranberries. That's the joke. My brother in Christ, Fender, a will to do right doesn't manifest evidence. Well, Judge Gavel?
You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations.
Bitch! Did you know a single thing about Lagarde? No? Shut the fuck up. I don't care how perky your tits are. But you think of cranberries, you'll get them stuck in your head,
If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor, and relieve you of your badge for good.
That's right. I have put forward a number of theories that proved to be flawed in one way or another. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? No, bitch, you just keep getting new fucking information thrown at you every 5 seconds. Not even she's prepared for that.
Nothing to say? And the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting.
That zombie, a song by Cranberries. Sir!
Mr. Edgeworth! Give my verdict.
That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled.
The defendant, Simeon Saint.
A reference for a reference. I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor. I'd say it's well past due, darling. Would you agree? It's been very past due. Let the case fucking end now! Please! Please! The edging continues. When will we be free? I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog, Helmut, the fact he wasn't at the show. These are the fact that maybe Mr. Kane is the obvious suspect at first. The edge is worth it. No, it isn't!
Hold it!
What if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Case while it was all carefully arranged? Well, the same is true with the chisel, our prepared mortar weapon. I had been stabbed multiple times at the same place with a bladed instrument when we were stabbed with the chisel right after the real murder had been removed. I leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is a murder weapon. Edgeworth, talk faster. Why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is a murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling? Mr. Weeder, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? Huh? Oh. And Mr. Canis is the killer. And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us. Oh, Mr. Canis used a bunch of chisels, so I think was his right. Indeed, those are planned right from the start. It's rainbow-deed armor Canis. Your reasoning will appear to be sound. Warden, the guard certainly seems to harbor a deep and abiding hatred. Oh, I think I know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof. Then shut your perky tits up. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we know must exist. You're gonna prove your theory that it's conversation here. It's in the fucking alligator, man. It's in the alligator. It's inside 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 the alligator. The Gatorade. It's swimming in cool blue Gatorade. It's inside the alligator. Shut up, Wiener. It's inside the alligator. I will strangle you. I will pull you up by your goddamn ahoge and tell you straight to your face 3 fucking nanometers away from the tip of your goddamn nose. It's inside the alligator. Fuck. Find yourselves right back where we began. Shut up, Capital! Shut up! Shut up! Bash yourself in the head! How many times have you bashed yourself in the head with that goddamn gavel? Because your brain cells are not existent at this point. The murder weapon came from outside, and there must have been a way to bring it in. Especially the Arias, can you show me the alternate route? How did the weapon the guard used get into the prison? Borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secret scoundrel into my office to talk to me. Please, just shut up. The fact that this is here with us shows how a blade object could have been brought to this facility as well. Let me re-up a little. The Gossip Justice is fucking seething watching this shit show. Borrowed evidence for the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Everything is related to Canis is with me now. Especially the hours, can you show this alternate route? So the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in. But our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. You can't bring anything metal in the prison or take it out. Precisely, there had been another weapon cannot have been taken off the premises, but nor can it have been brought into the prison in the first place. So we find ourselves right back where we began. Why I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edwards, I believe there is another murder weapon in the prison. You'll have to explain to me how it got there. Alright, we know the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chest. Oh my god, the fact this is with us explains how the object could have been brought into the facility.
Take that!
That's not it.
Alright, something me and Mel could have gotten here undetected after all. Guys, it's in the alligator, man. It's just in the alligator. It's that simple. Hold on, I'm actually getting a text. 11, so I assumed was fine. Apparently my landlord is trying to sleep. It wasn't 11, so... And take your Friday... Oh my god, fucking... I'm getting texted about a bunch of other shit. Ugh. I'll worry about it later. I have to keep it down a little. Oh my god. It's in the Gators what want the Gator. There is involves things coming into prison that weren't brought by a visitor. We have a piece of it that shows how metal objects could be brought without raising the alarm. And stop stalling, cut to the chase. I'd hate to let her down again, so let's see here. Like that this is here where it shows how a blade object could have been brought into the facility as well. The chess set. Are you fucking kidding me? Just let me say it. Like, the murder weapon's in the alligator. It's literally this simple. It is so fucking simple. This is so simple. Why am I having to explain something else right now? It's so obvious the actual murder weapon is in the alligator. The dog chess piece. No, it's not that. How metal objects could be brought in without raising the alarm. That's how a blade of object could have been brought into the facility. I'm so fucking confused. The rope. Alright, I'm gonna read up a lot. It's still here. This would have been made sure of that, the security gate. I'm glad you at least remember what it is. Do you remember what it does? Security gate detects metal, which means you can't bring anything metal in the prison or take it out. Basically, if there is another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises, but nor could it have been brought into the prison in the first place, and so we find ourselves right back where we began. I'm trying to tell you, Edgeworth, is that you wish me to believe there's an armor weapon in this prison. We also have to explain to me how it got here. Alright, we know that the chisel was smuggled inside of pocket chest. Our conception is that the chisel is not a real murder weapon. So if the murder weapon came from outside of the facility, then there must be a better way to bring it in. You show me this alternate route. So it's the rope. Okay.
Overruled.
I'm losing my mind, chat. I'm losing my mind. And I can't even do it at max volume anymore. I can't even lose my mind at max volume anymore. That weren't brought by a visitor. A piece of evidence that showed this case is going to make me shit my whole self. Or I shit my pants at least 5 times over the course of this case. Prison roll call. Dog chess piece. Prison search. Chess diagram. Security camera footage. Security gates. Tunnel prints. Autopsy report. Chisel. Mr. Canis's bell. Mr. Saint's trick.
Take that!
That's not it either. I'm at my fucking wit's end, dude. I'm at my fucking wit's end.
In the gator, man. It's the other end of the... It's a chisel. It's a chisel. It was at the end of the rope. It's inside the gator right now. It's right... It's in here right now. Because it involves things coming into your prison that weren't brought by a visitor. If you have objects of it, you have a piece of it that shows how metal objects could be brought without raising the alarm. Stop stalling. Cut to the chase already. That's how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well. Hard for fun. The tunnel.
Take that!
I am this close to looking up a guide, chat. You know what? In all honesty, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done with this stupid fucking case. I'm looking up a guide. Case, attorney, investigations, 2, case 2. I'm cheating. I don't care anymore. Fuck this case. I hate it. I hate it so goddamn much. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding? Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. That was a... Whew, that was a different case. Thank God. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Also, I do want to say... Oh my god, there's 5 cases in this game. Are you joking? Dear God. Okay. Alright, then we're back here. Alright, gotcha. Present Mr... In order to get but this alone isn't enough. The only thing you can now do is find the real murder weapon. Remember that the guard had all evidence about him transferred to her. Present Mr. King spells only 2 of the... Are you fucking kidding me? You're fucking kidding me. That's it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You weren't right. For the record, cringe. This is stupid. I want chat to pay attention to the fact that it says this. The fact that this is here with us shows how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well.
Take that!
A bladed object. A bladed object. That was what it used. That was what it used. That was the terminology it used. Chisel is not a real murder weapon. Used to get into the prison. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Shows how a bladed object. That chat. A bladed object. And I had to present a bell. Fuck this case. Fuck this case, chat. Honest to God. Well, if the bell were always attached, no. You said, if you said metal object, if you had used any other word, no, they chose bladed object. So I was thinking about bladed objects, not fucking bells. Knife had been taken, I don't care. They said, if they said something metal, that would have made more sense. They said bladed object. They said fucking bladed object. That is a game design fucking flub. And I'm not budging on this. That is the dumbest fucking shit. Maybe the translation is to blame. Something's to blame. Something is to blame. But whatever it is, that is horseshit.
Yeah, the bell... Did it... Alright, here's the thing. I'll give it a little credit if it says this. One, the helmet the dog and the other the Canis' knife. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's still really fucking bad. That is awful. Welcome to Ace Attorney, where there's always something for shit. Oh, I'm very familiar. This and Phoenix Wright and Professor Lane are the only games I haven't played. So I'm in the middle of playing this. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was a murder weapon and then attached the belt to it. Doing so, she made sure all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis. And who had access to the evidence from which the belt was taken? Why, only the person whom it had been entrusted. Who was it, sir, who'd have been messing with the evidence? I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? If the bell is out of the tool, even so, dude. This is Mr. Updated or Topsy report after all that is true. Bells aren't exactly variable. Anybody could have set that up. Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only 2 of them in existence. What? What? By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer. But you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even here to begin with. I don't, not yet anyway. Mr. Wiener, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Huh? But if you do find something, it's going to make things awkward for me. This isn't about what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Well, yeah, but, you know... It's worth an excuse for a prosecutor. If I have investigated 40, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well that she will do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence. The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom. No, if we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. What do I say? Do I have anything concrete to offer? What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Only I can save Mr. Satan. That means... Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? I suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth. I've got it. Got what exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis' knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. Not at all. If I did not know better, I would say that you were bluffing. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. Ugh, this is terrible for my heart. There's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Where's the real murder weapon? Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police would search a blind spot in the zoo. A hiding place that the warden could absolutely be sure of. A hiding place, no. You insist, come on, Helmut, open up. Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be? Please, let it end. Let it end. Let it end. This is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Take that!
Is it over? Are we done? Indeed. I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more? Where exactly is the real murder weapon hidden?
Take that!
Please let it end. Of course, that is what I must been. Free us, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard.
Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel.
Did we just figure out that isn't a murder weapon?
Interior crocodile movie theater. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right, the murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there. What?
No way!
We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Gamble, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian. I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means.
The knife is in the fucking alligator, yes.
Holding the guard, the real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess?
I have nothing to confess.
Not gonna lie, I forgot the circus lady was there. Yeah. As you wish, then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed.
So we got it. This has to be it.
It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Bodita Karma Canis' knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight.
I'm not the criminal here. This is all Canis' doing. I did the right thing. That was a threat. Yes, Canis is not wrong. Curse that despicable man, Canis. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitiless butcher. That awful, terrible, despicable man. Curse him.
And there he goes. Oh dear. God damn. God damn. She wasn't bluffing. Have we finally reached checkmate? I think we have. Prosecutor Thwinner, sir, the test results have just come back. Winner? I guess we've all been under a lot of stress. It was all foxes? Yep. The foxes were the trench coat. Just like you said, sir, congratulations on a stunning victory.
Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like.
Yes, sir. The winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little. With rage.
Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done. Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I?
We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. It will be vital to know if Lord Lagarde was simply jumping to conclusions on that front.
Huh?
There's Clueless, and then there's you.
Well, then I guess we'd better get back to our investigation. All right, officer, you're with me. We're about to see the winner in a whole lot more. We better witness first-rate investigative talent action.
Yes, sir. I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work.
It's weaning time!
My favorite part of Eustace Winner was when he said it was winning time and won all over the place.
Oh my god.
The attempted murder of a president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered.
But Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place.
The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth, in the eyes of both society and the law. How can you even say that? You do not have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in.
Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe.
We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his...
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm gonna be real, lady, I don't like you.
Judge Cabell is right. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But following the law means sacrificing the truth. I really do that in good conscience.
Pretentious-ass judge, yeah, no. Hot or not, she a bitch.
Simeon, you're out.
I love this. I love how small the monkey sprite is. She hasn't gone with Geist yet.
Is everything all right? They did let you out, right? Yeah, but I'm so confused. What's going on?
Need to delay this ad. Hold on. We're almost out, chat. I'm not letting an ad ruin this. Pre-rolls be damned.
Some guy just came in and said it was free to go, and then I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank.
You think she'd be a little more thankful that you didn't let her pass on an innocent verdict on a murderer? I don't know, man. She's more concerned about society or fucking status or some shit right now. Maybe she'll have character development. I hope so.
Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? No. Stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now. Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you. So say thanks already. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. And a great big Regina Berry thank you from me, too.
The Goddess of Justice shit is all for looks. She's a poser if I ever saw one. Damn right. It would be big news in that foreign country. Yeah. Zhang Fa. Yeah. What of it? Your president's a sham. Get over it. Mr. Saint talking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose.
Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney?
Sure. Not actually an attorney, though.
I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now... But now? Well, it's just... I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he? That's not true, Simeon. Of course he trusted you. No, he didn't. If he had, he just told me. I could have stopped him. Could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff.
Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. Should show him the thing that proves Knight trusted him. The dog piece? When do I use this? What relevance does this fucking dog piece hold? I don't know. Anyways, I assume it's the chess set. It's the only thing that's directly connected to Simeon. Yeah.
Take that!
It's the chess set I brought for him?
It shows she had a dog, and it shows she had that dog in her. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape.
What? You mean he was using me?
No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. And that dog was apparently a pit bull.
Bronco, why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simeon? I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simeon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow.
That's not as complimentary as you think it is.
I'll try. I have to. For Bronco, I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there.
That's the spirit? A one open eye.
Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right. The Berry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun.
Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go. Well, I'll think about it.
Alright, Simeon, we've got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regent got acquainted. What? Regent the tiger? I can't. No.
Justice for all PTSD.
You'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat. I can. Please, Regina, anything but that, please.
Satisfied cranberry. Regina's gonna kill him. Well, that was really something, Miles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. Couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away.
Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop it. Pat me on my back any harder and you're gonna make me blush. Or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Seriously? Miles, my friend? I'm always serious. Anyway, how's it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. But Gregory was standing there right beside me. Been like a zillion years since I felt like this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good. Which is sweet. I'm not sure. Hey, Miles, you ever thought about going in a defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Ainsworthy about switch sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question. No, you weren't. The heck you were. Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles. Fender, a prosecutor. Yep, and I'm an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I've said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. It's like he's hailing a cab, but he's indoors. Follow in my father's footsteps. Would I really do such a thing? I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my dad. An attorney, like my father. Me? That is such a stupid word for automod to disallow. It got mad at the word climax. Oh my god. Chat. It's over. We did it. We fucking did it. Case 2 is over. Fuck. Oh, that case sucked ass. That case sucked fucking ass, dude. Who are we rating today? Who are we rating? Because I apparently got to keep quiet now. So I got to get on that. Where are we dropping, Chief? Where are we dropping today? Where are we going? Where are we heading? Where are we dropping? Let's see here. Just trying to think. Who would be a good person to segue into? I thinking. You know what? Maybe we'll find someone else who's playing Ace Attorney. How about that? Let's switch it up today. Let's switch it up today, chat. Also, I don't want to raid into spoilers. Actually, never mind. Never mind. Let's just go right into Nightmare. She's collabing with Lunar right now, and also Starlight Shadow VT. So we're gonna go show her some love again this week. And inadvertently Lunar too. I was trying, low-key, I try to avoid raiding into Lunar constantly, but sometimes it can't be helped. So this is my compromise. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. I hope all the raiders enjoyed their time here. Seems a couple of y'all did, so that's good to hear. But yeah, as for tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Ace Attorney with Docs in the morning, and that's going to be on their channel. I'll post about it in the Discord if y'all aren't part of the Discord. That's a great time to join, especially if you enjoyed yourself here, if you were from the raid. But outside of that, it'll also be on my Blue Sky as well, which is another option for y'all if y'all so choose. And as for the stream on this channel tomorrow, we'll be doing some art, and hopefully we can finally wrap up that commission.
And I'll talk about next week's plans tomorrow. I'm tired. And yeah. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope y'all have a good day, night, afternoon, wherever y'all are, whatever the fuck y'all are doing. And y'all have a good one.